Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another FWTR video. Alright, so we have the overview of the month for Tower of Dawn Hell, January 2018. Apologies for the late delay in the video. Was extremely busy couple of days. Last few days I was trying to make this video but couldn't find the time. Now that we have the time, so let's dive right into it. Alright, if you haven't heard already, Tower of Dawn January is basically one of the easiest Tower of Dawn Hell I've ever completed. Alright, so if you haven't started yet, I think you can still make it even though there's 3 days left. Definitely, a lot of the stages are extremely easy. You shouldn't have difficulty, but this month's pattern seems to revolve around one-shotting the boss, or rather having a strong equipment that can provide boost for the first couple of turns. So Dasomir and Beast Rain, those are pretty much the key equipments that you will need to have at least 1 to 2 set. Alright, let's have a look at Tower of Dawn floor 112 this month. So this floor revolves around either killing the opponents fast, or you can delay the opponent and protect the altar within the number of turns, which is 12 turns. Alright, so it's easily doable if you have Lena, because Lena can immobilize some of the minions and in turn blocks the path. So basically Lena and Waryong, those two are the key heroes, something to keep in mind. Alright, 113 is basically a repeat of the previous Tower of Dawn stage. I've done this before, I'm sure you have seen this floor before, but slight variation in terms of immunity that the monsters have. So basically, you would want to sleep them since most of them have the stun immunity. Alright, so basically Yekaterina is very useful if you have her. Mary could work as well. Dash characters, Deimos definitely is a favorite for this particular stage right here. So moving on to 114, you don't need Unassailable and Immortal for this particular stage, you just need to get lucky. When I made the video and the strat for this particular floor, Pink Bean was not released yet, but I think with Pink Bean around, this floor shouldn't be a problem. He can easily use third skill and burn all the minions. I don't think it will be a problem. I haven't tested it out, but theoretically it should work. So give it a shot. If you are struggling, so charge out your heroes, swap to a Deimos mercenary or something, or bring your own Deimos and things like that. Aaron works well as well. Camilla, which can push your allies, would be good. But other than that, you don't really need Unassailable and Immortal for this particular month. I did it without any of those items, and I think you can as well. Alright, moving on to 115. So this floor, probably I've seen this pattern of stage a couple of times before, with the exception of you can't bring in a Chris or an aggro defense type hero this time around. So you need to rely on some other heroes. Basically I'm using Celestial because what happens is they modify it slightly so that one of the minions, the one that they call the Shadow Spear, has the ability to ignore 9400 defense for defense type enemies. So you want to switch that up. So next up we have 116. So this floor is fairly easy if you know what to do. You can just watch a couple of different strats and variation of strats on YouTube. But basically you want to have a hero to charge in and focus on the boss, and the boss only. So the fairies can be stunned, so if you have a 100% aggro Chris, the fairies will swap around and eventually align with each other, and then your Chris should be able to stun them consecutively. So I'm using Deimos and Jin, so basically I have Camilla as well to push in one of the heroes, so you can check out the strats out on the channel. Alright, 117 is not too difficult, but I can see some of you might struggle with this particular stage. Basically what happens is the boss and a couple of the minions, they deal exceptionally strong debuffs and strong skills when you are on Lava Tile or Poison Tile. So it's kind of hard. Definitely I would recommend you to bring in Waryong so that you can change the terrain and alter the terrain to water every single turn. because of how the floor is designed. Basically the lava and poison will alternately switch with each other, so you will need Warrior to spam third skill every single round, so make sure that your Warrior has a lot of mana. 118 is one of the easier floors in my opinion, because you only need attack and balance type heroes. So if you have strong heroes like a strong attack rock type hero, because the Caesar minions can only receive damage from them, and you need a strong balance type Caesar hero, so I recommend bringing in 2 attack type, 2 balance type, and 1 aggro tank of your choice. And then we have 119. So this floor is not too hard as well. You don't really need unassailable, despite one of the minions I think has the ability to push you 2 tiles away. So if you position yourself correctly, just facing the corners all the while, you won't need that item. And just try to follow my guide. I'm basically using the same heroes for both floor 118 and 119. So yeah, you just need a proper formation and positioning, and you should be able to avoid all the damages that the minions will deal. Alright, so floor 120 is kind of unique. It has the giant archer guy. So basically this floor doesn't rely on anything except for just being patient. You definitely need to surround every single of the minions with 5 heroes to be able to deal damage to them. So if you lack DPS, it might take 2 turns per minion. So slowly move to each and every one of them and slowly surround them and eliminate them one at a time. Alright, for floor 121, so this particular stage I find it very interesting. Basically there's only one boss monster, which is this slime, black slime king. So you gotta defeat him. The boss is immune to almost everything except for decreased defense, so you want to stack that as much as you can. Stack as much decreased defense as you can. Ian is key, and I don't even remember who else did I bring, but yeah, check the videos out on my YouTube channel. But basically if you have items like Dasomir, Beast Rain, Vermilion Bird, those are the key items that you should have on your heroes to succeed in this floor. Alright, next up, floor 122. So this particular floor is similar with the previous ones, with the exception that the boss, you can stack weakening as well. So the boss is not immune to weakening, so decreased defense plus weakening. So Ian can be brought in as well. You can consider Lena. Lena's weakening is quite strong. And bring in an aggro Chris, because if you are not able to kill the boss on turn 1, at least the minions can aggro towards Chris, because I believe the minions have the ability to one-shot almost anyone with their crazy defense ignoring damage. So something for you to keep in mind. Alright, so next up, floor 123. So floor 123 in my opinion is the hardest floor this month. So you want to take note that if you don't have Immortal, it's going to be extremely hard. My strat revolves around using 2 secret experiment sets, so you can check that out on my YouTube channel. I'll try to put links in the description as well. But basically, if you have Unknown, he's pretty good to be able to solo one wolf on one side. You need water walk heroes as well, because there are a couple of water tiles which will block your path. So Cheriok, Waryong, Unknown, those are the key heroes that I brought in. And then we have floor 124. So this floor similar with 120 and 21 and 122 in terms of you want to one-shot the boss within the first 2 turns. Alright, so try your best. The boss is not immune to weakening and decreased defense, so bring in your strongest rock heroes. Ian works well here because the boss is Caesar type. Next up we have floor 125. Alright, so this floor is pretty easy. You just need a Lily Mercenary, so getting that might be quite hard depending on who's on your friend list and such. But if you have a Lily Mercenary, you can align the boss, use Deimos, use Persona, things like that, align them and stun them with Chris. Alright, you can use Chris, you can use Mu, anyone with 100% stun chance preferably, and then just start to use skills on them. Caesar heroes are recommended. Jin, Frankenstein, May, Parsifal, Sugun, those heroes works well right here. Alright, then we have floor 126, which is another one-shot the boss within the first few turns. Same concept here, with the exception that the boss is now rock hero, so you want to bring DPS paper type heroes. So Carrot works well. Still bring in Ian for the decreased defense and weakening and such. Try to stack those as much as you can. And we have floor 127 for the last. So this is the repeat for the floor 127 of the month of October last year in 2017. So basically, you want to charge into the boss. You can use Frankenstein or Huxa. Huxa is stronger because the boss is Caesar type, the boss dragon. So yeah, just watch my entire video for this particular strategy that I'm talking about. But it's not too hard of a floor, just need some patience. Try to slowly chirp down on the boss's HP and you should be able to defeat the boss in no time. Alright guys, that's it for the video. As always, let me know, have you started Tower of Dawn Hell yet? And are you planning to start soon, within this year maybe? So if you haven't, let me know why in the comment section below. I'll be sure to check them out. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.